Hi, Retro Crew. There have been 3 different actors who have portrayed the live-action Spider-Man. Everyone has their own favorite. Today, we're going to tell you how we rank them.
I'm Matt.
I'm Brian, and we're the Retro Sons.
Let's swing into it.
Every Spider-Man video.
So there's only 3, so this won't take too long, I don't think.
Yeah.
I don't think our orders are the same because we kind of talked about it a little bit last night, but let us know your rankings down below. So do you want to start or you want me to go first?
You're already on a roll. You go for it.
Alright. My least favorite, and not that I don't like him, but I'll explain why, is Andrew Garfield. And the reason I don't like him, he's a great Spider-Man, but he's a weird Peter Parker. Like, I know he's supposed to be awkward, but the way he portrays it is just weird to me.
Yeah, I can see that.
You can kind of tell that he's trying to act not like he's, I don't know, just the way he acts it, I don't like too much. And not that Andrew Garfield isn't a good actor, but I don't like how he portrays Peter Parker in this movie. As Spider-Man, he's great. Like, he's confident, he's funny, but he's just really a really awkward kid.
Yeah, right.
Like, overly awkward. And you can tell he's trying to force it.
Right, yeah.
And that's the only reason I put him as number 3. I don't think he plays a good Peter Parker, but
Yeah.
I love his Spider-Man.
That's fair.
Yeah.
So, ready for my number 3?
Yeah.
Alright. So at my number 3, I put Tom Holland. And he does, like you were saying about the Peter Parker, he portrays Peter Parker the best, and he's really good as Spider-Man, but he's not, like, self-sufficient, really. He's been relying on Tony Stark too much for the suit and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah, I don't know why
All
they
his
made it
gadgets, and, like, they didn't even give him a spider sense until, like,
It's the second movie.
Avengers, Endgame or whatever it was,
Yeah.
or Infinity War. So, like, in Homecoming, he didn't really have a spider sense to speak of, and
Well, it's kind of showing that his powers are becoming more powerful as he goes, so
yeah,
he's learning how to...
that's a good point. I hadn't considered that, but still. And he is the one who looks most high school age throughout it.
Yeah, he looks young.
Yeah, he portrayed the teenager well, like in this one when Tony Stark tells him to give him the suit, he says, "For how long?" It's like a typical teenager response,
Yeah.
not like it's just gone forever. It's just you're being punished and you'll get it back at some point.
Yeah.
But like I said, until No Way Home, he's too relying on other people to help him, like, fight his enemies, and he's got all those gadgets from Tony Stark, and then he really grows throughout the last one. So if he does another one, maybe he'll jump up a spot for me.
Yeah.
And there was another point I wanted to make too, but now I can't remember what it was.
Maybe it'll come up when I'm talking, because he's my number 2 is Tom Holland.
Mm-hmm.
I think he has the greatest character arc, and you don't see, like... It's not an origin story, which I like.
Oh, yeah. I remembered now, if I can cut in here. It is nice to see him, like, interact with other Marvel heroes and villains and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But to his detriment, like, all of his enemies were just, like, leftovers from Tony Stark.
Yeah.
Also. So, like, Vulture, that's normally just his...
Except for Far From Home. Or No Way Home.
Yeah.
That one was probably one of the better... Not my favorite Spider-Man movie, but it's definitely close. It's probably my second favorite Spider-Man movie of all time.
I think you once said Far From Home was your favorite, right? The one with Mysterio. Which, that was good too. They're, like, using not newer, but
I guess
different.
it depends on the day, because right now I'd say that's probably my second favorite. It's not... Far From Home isn't my second favorite, though, or first favorite, I mean.
Yeah.
But I like how all 3 Spider-Mans... Like, you find out they're from different universes and they all come together and work together.
Yeah, that was neat how they brought both of these 2 back.
Yeah. And it shows how much he grew from the first couple movies, because he did depend on other people, but in that one he was leading the other 2 Spider-Men.
Yeah.
Who are way more experienced and have been fighting crime a lot longer than he has been.
Yeah, but he's been working in a team more, so he knew how to, like, coordinate with the team and everything.
Yeah.
They were all, like...
Yeah, so it kind of showed, like, he learned from what he was doing and working with the Avengers and Tony Stark.
Right.
And that's why I put him at number 2.
Mm-hmm.
I think he started out lower than the other 2. Like, he did have people to help him figure out and give him suits and everything. And
Yeah, Yeah, he made some good
By the
points.
time the third movie came out, he was leading a group of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So that's why I put him at number 2.
For my number 2, I went with Andrew Garfield. And like you said, he does play kind of a weird, not totally awkward Peter Parker. He's like a skateboarder and all that kind of stuff. And,
Yeah.
But I don't know.
And he's standing up to bullies even when he's beating Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Or not Spider-Man.
Yeah, it would have been nice to see one more film at least for him because they were building up to something, and then
Yeah.
like he got a lot of hate from fans, and Sony kind of just decided to scrap that whole thing, and he kind of got a less fair deal than he deserved. And
Yeah.
he did really do a good Spider-Man. Like his Spider-Man 2 suit was probably one of the best on-screen
Yeah, it was.
adaptations of it, and he was a little too old to be in high school, believably. But they, with these two, they kind of just like had him at the tail end of high school instead of like the middle, like a 15-year-old like he was supposed to be.
Yeah.
And that one stuck more to Gwen Stacy was his first love interest, and then
Yeah, when that came out, people were mad that Gwen Stacy was in it after
Yeah.
the Tobey Maguire ones when it was Mary Jane.
yeah, see that's
But
just another,
comic books, it was Gwen Stacy first.
Mhm.
Mary Jane didn't come in until later.
yeah, and they changed kind of like the whole Green Goblin story arc in that too, which was they probably made it more like the Ultimate Spider-Man comics, which was also a good move on their part. I think kind of to differentiate it from what came before.
I didn't like the end of the second one.
No,
It was too
but-
soon.
Yeah, but that is another thing taken from the comics.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, and it would be nice because now people are kind of seeing how good of a Spider-Man he was, so maybe he'll get a chance after No Way
Yeah,
Home.
they've been talking about a third one for him, which I would really love to see.
Yeah,
And another one with Tobey Maguire, too.
yeah, that'd be really great too.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I mean, they'd be a little bit older. They'd be experienced, like really experienced Spider-Man now, like older.
Mhm. And I think another reason he's my number 2 is like I grew up more with him, so it went from this to that. So I was younger, and then I was like in my 30s or whatever when this one came out, and it's like another
Yeah.
new Spider-Man. I like how they didn't cover the origin story, and that's where they kind of shook it up too.
Yeah.
Like you don't know what happened to Uncle Ben, but then
Yeah,
like,
then Aunt May is the one that.
yeah, like really tells him the great power, great responsibility thing. And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a different universe's take on it.
hmm So that was another good thing they did, but I like how these ones stuck more to the
Yeah. And like I said, there isn't a bad Spider-Man movie.
no.
I mean, my least favorite's probably Spider-Man 3 with Tobey Maguire.
Yeah. They just tried to stuff too much into that one.
Yeah, they did. That's why.
Mhm.
But that leads into our number one. Both of our number one is Tobey Maguire.
Yeah.
And he was the first Spider-Man one that we saw. Like,
Yeah, I remember all the hype that I personally
yeah,
felt
me too.
in 2002 when we were building up to seeing this.
Yeah.
Like, and that was before we had like really good internet too, so we can watch just trailers over and over on YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah, to kind of space out your trailer watching.
Mm-hmm. Then all the toys at Walmart. Like, oh, I don't have that one. Ooh, this one you can take his mask off and put it on.
Yeah.
All that kind of stuff. And
Yeah, so it's really nostalgia that makes you love it.
mm-hmm. And I could go back and watch this one again right now and probably be happy.
Yeah.
Like
I would
really,
be too.
yeah.
I could watch all three of them.
Yeah, and I know it's not Tobey Maguire part, but I like Danny Elfman's score for this one. He did good music.
Yeah.
And Tobey Maguire is
And
kind
I
of
like
weird.
J.K. Simmons as J. Jonah Jameson.
Yeah.
He's like the perfect J. Jonah Jameson.
Mm-hmm.
But Tobey Maguire is perfect as Peter Parker and Spider-Man. He's just the right amount of awkward, and it seems natural in this movie.
Yeah.
Like I said, with him, it doesn't seem natural. It seems like he's trying to overact or something
Right.
to make himself seem nerdier or geekier. Or, I don't know the exact word I'm looking for, but
Yeah.
awkward, I guess.
And I like the design of his costume in this one. That was a neat new look for him. And
Yeah.
the organic webs, which was a point of contention for a lot of people, but
Yeah.
and they actually worked it into the comics after this. And I think that worked well for that, like that version of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So there's a lot that they did right, and it was the first actual like live-action Spider-Man movie. So kind of trailblazer, and it really kicked off the comic book movies in a big way too, didn't
Yeah,
it?
it did.
It's like you had X-Men before that, which was pretty good, but then this came out, and now like most of the movies that coming out are comic book movies. Not most of them, but it seems that way sometimes.
Yeah, it seems like it.
Yeah. And that could kind of tie into our adaptation or like unoriginal Hollywood
Yeah.
card up here. I figured I'd say that before you got a chance.
You beat me to it.
Yeah. And I said it slow.
Yeah. So, I'd like to see a movie with all three of them in it again.
Yeah.
Like an entire movie, not just like the end half an hour or something.
Yeah. And right now, at this point, we don't even know if Tom Holland's coming back for another one.
Yeah. I'd like to see a standalone movie for all three,
Yeah.
and then a movie with all three.
Hmm.
So 4 more movies.
Yeah. Maybe like they were planning a Vulture in this one. See how they do a take on Vulture.
Yeah.
And I was gonna say Rhino for him, but he had a Rhino, and I didn't like that version
No,
of
the
it.
Paul Giamatti Rhino there.
Yeah, in the
Yeah.
mechanical suit. So maybe either give him a Rhino instead of Vulture, or give him.
Or a Scorpion. Scorpion
Yeah.
would be good.
Yeah, they were building up a Scorpion in that one too.
Yeah.
And nothing came of that. But I don't know why I want to see like a real good version of the Rhino. But
Yeah, I do too. Not the mechanical suit either.
No, I know it's kind of far fetched for what these movies are going for. But
Yeah.
I think they could pull it off.
I think they could.
Yeah,
Alright, so I think that's all I have to say.
yeah. I think we made our case.
Alright, so let us know your rankings down below. Like, comment, subscribe. There'll be an orb over here. Pick one of these 2 videos, and we'll see you in the future.
To talk more about the past.